Go. It's going to start out at the same time. I think it's going to start out. Here we go. This was my favorite song. Listen, wow. I'm not into Christmas that much, but we're almost live. We're live and we're going. Here we go, everybody. Remember this one? Ready?
I remember it.
This is the only Christmas songs besides Little Drummer Boy. Yeah, that's one.
Oh.
Now that's done by Luke Bryan. Makes you a little happy.
You're not into Christmas, and I'm a Hallmark junkie. Drinking out of my coffee cup today.
You know,
oh man.
Listen, you got me up to do this Christmas in July, everybody.
Christmas in July. It's going to be 88 degrees here in the West Virginia, Pittsburgh area, so look out, man.
Well, before we start the show, my wife, like you said, I don't know, that Hallmark thing's on all day.
It's been on all month, Dave. It's been Christmas in July, all month Christmas shows, all month.
It's the same, but you know the ending of the story. Just kiss the friggin' person.
Well, you know what the ending of our story is.
I'm not going to kiss you.
Get you hired.
Yeah, right through July, I'm going to be a little ho, ho, ho. I had to go down this morning and find Christmas stuff. Look how ugly this one is. He's gray. He's gray. I think I got that at a yard sale. I don't know. I think it was
my God. That is too funny. Hey, Dave, this tree is so... Look at this tree. You can leave it up year round, right? Futuristic, man.
What the heck? You might as well. What is it anyway? Is it jingle?
It's silver balls, silver bells.
Yep. Oh, silver bells. Yeah, silver bells. And I got my little Christmas, I don't know, this countdown thing. I don't know what they call that, you know. Oh, am I allowed to say Christmas? I think so.
Christmas. And hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you, my favorite cartoon of all time is this. We're just going to listen to this for 1 second, man. It's only... Is this awesome or what? Jolly happy show. So, and what's the motto at the end? I'll be back.
Jobs.
All right, that's enough about it at Christmas.
All right. How many days before Christmas anyway? 153?
153 days, and it's going to be Christmas. Is that amazing? I mean, this year has been one of them years where it's flying by, but it's been a year of change, is what I want to say, right?
Yeah, you know what? I don't even remember Christmas last year because it was like peak.
Remember that motto. Okay, buddy.
I love peak season right around Christmas because Amazon, nobody stops working. But anyway, the reason we wanted to show, we're going to start you out, Richard, and we're going to talk about, Richard loves this stuff. Trust me. I'm a Scrooge. This is a perfect match because that means money spent, all that. But
it's about, you know what, when you think of Christmas, what do you think about? Family, connections, social gatherings. What's something you should do every day of the year? Christmas is a day that people are so kind. If they could be kind every day of the year, like Christmas, seriously, we talk about it all the time. Christmas is a day that everybody is loving. So let's treat Christmas like every day. All right, buddy. Now let's get to the matter, man.
All right, jobs. I'm going to let you start it out, and then I'm going to talk too. So what do you want to talk about jobs today?
Do you have that wish list of the Santa Shark wish list? Do you have it? You can throw it up on the screen, Dave.
Oh, that? Oh, I didn't do it like that. But I posted it on LinkedIn. But I'm going to read it to you.
Sounds good.
Shipping and delivery companies.
Yes.
Online learning companies. Grocery stores and delivery services. Remote meeting and communication companies. And this is the best thing I loved was think broadly. Now is the time to act.
So true. So let's start with the first one. I mean, logistics and distribution companies, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, they are all hiring right now. Am I correct, Dave?
Yes, they are.
They're going to be ramping up more during the holidays. You got to think now because as of today, I think the incentive for people on unemployment, the federal incentive is going to be done, right?
It's the end of the one more. Oh, some of them are yet today, and then next week I think is one more. You can claim next week, I believe. But some states today is it.
So we got to act now. I mean, this is the time to, if you haven't looked for your job search, you got to reach out to me or Dave and we'll connect you with the right person. I mean, but getting back to logistics, Dave, you can elaborate a little bit about that, man. I mean, they're hiring everywhere out your way.
Well, I've talked about logistics and the social media aspect of it. And that was I like to say that was my expertise. Wow. I just said that was my expertise.
There's that Grinch kicking into you.
No, but I always say, because I get so pumped about logistics because, Rich, the way I watch people, like we talked about, trying to pull those candidates in, but thinking outside the box and trying those new creative ideas. I mean, between now, I was so excited. When we partner with a new client, if they think outside the box, is take that candidate from point A all the way down with the video tours of their company. We can do it all online. They can show the candidates in an orientation on the platform all the way through virtual, right? I figured out a way for the drug screen. Ready?
Wow.
I figured it out. Amazon, 2-hour delivery. How's that?
I love it.
What you can do, 2-hour delivery. You go right online, you take your swab, you do it right here while I'm watching you. You record it, show your results. Look at that, we're done. So I'll talk to Amazon today.
You seal the package back up, ship it out, boom, you're gone. So you now can place people 2,000 miles away. Like Tuesday does 1,000 miles away. Everybody can do this now with the Amazon drug test.
That's it. I'm going to call Amazon. I'm going to tag them. That's it. I'm a billionaire. I'm ready to go. But in all seriousness, listen, we've talked about this numerous times, and we're still going to work on this today, is if you're not preparing now for this, listen, I'm so excited. I've even told you about breaking news, with Keith, and I want to talk to you about that after the show. It'll blow your mind away. I was listening on that Zoom call, and I was like, there's nobody that's going to. Corporates are hard, and logistic companies, when you're in corporate, to do these kind of things. It's tough. To take a small platform and make it work. It's in something big with 5,000, 3,000 employees. But if they take advantage, if they're not thinking, like you said, right now, just like peak, you're planning 6 months. You better do this now. Within the next couple of weeks, just be prepared, because we are. And I'm excited for logistics.
It is. I mean, and they're hiring everywhere. And if you don't know where to go, that's why you got to call us. We will give you the assistance. I mean, we're putting people to work for free. FREE. So it's like there's no fee. So call us. I mean, I'm advertising us, but it's free. We're not charging at all. If anybody charges you, run away.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's what the show's about. It's just to help people. I mean, we work during the day, and I do. What do you do during the day? You're out on the beach or something all the time.
I'm thinking about our next show, right? To produce.
That's it. But but take advantage of that. The new technology, because there's so many. Some of these things, and this is where I'll never forget when we started going through this, is I didn't know through the Great Depression that a lot of the companies today are major companies. The guitar, Fender, or the amps. That's when it all started, because they wanted to amplify music. And that's how that business started during the Great Depression, because all the entrepreneurs were thinking of new ways.
It is. And we're going to be a team here. So hiring managers, if you're out there and you're looking for new technology, reach out to myself or Dave. We'll connect you with the companies and the webinars and demos. And it's all free, because we're in it together, right? I mean, come on.
Yes. And that's, I could talk about that for hours.
All right, Dave, what's our next one on the wish list? You went to the first.
You are the next one on your wish list is online learning companies.
Yes, online learning. And that's big now, because schools, we don't know if college is going back. We don't know if high school is going back. There are so many online learning programs now that are hiring. It's amazing. So if you have some computer skills and you can work remote, you can be a tutor, you could be a teacher, you could be an assistant, a teacher's assist. They have so many programs now. Just check into it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a thing of the future.
It is, because Like my wife, she's a behavior specialist, and during the COVID, she's been helping the children. Right, they sit on the floor, and she has mirrors and with the laptop, and it's not ideal, but when she goes over to the client's house now, or the hospital, doctors, wherever she goes to school, they're all like, there she is, the one on the computer, the one. It's a live person. But like you said, with schools right now, that's going to be in staffing right now. The number 2, 3 issue is what you're going to do to help the employees.
Well, here's what I have a question for you. And this is a concern. Teachers are going to be remotely now. What about the substitutes now? Are they going to be in flux, or are they going to have to look for another job? Because if you're working remote, look at this, Dave. Here we go. Boom. The mind's always turning here, buddy.
I didn't even think about that.
No, that's going to be a concern, because there's a lot of staffing firms out there that just does education. And if them teachers are not available for this, are they going to have to shift gears and go into maybe something like, working with, adolescents, or something like your wife does, BSCs and stuff like that, mobile therapy. I mean, is that going to be the avenue they're going to go now?
Well, we have a choice. We're going to send Cash to school. They gave us choice. You have a choice now. They can stay home or go. They're going to wear face shields, not face masks. Face shields. I like that idea. So a lot of our parents around here, we're going to pick them up and take them to school, because they're going to take the kids every other seat and do a couple bus runs. So that child has to get up earlier. Some might be later. Can you imagine that? Every other seat? Oh, wow. What a nightmare there. So
you're going to have a lot. I mean, and then the bus driver, everybody's going to have to be tested all the time. I mean, how's a bus driver supposed to, ride around with a shield or a mask? I mean, I don't know. Because then buses don't have AC on them,
No. And then, but the candidate and the client, your customers, you need to start having these conversations with your employees now. And I've said it before, what can we do for you? Everybody's going to have different things. You can't do for just one. Mm-mm. You're going to have to really, that's where management comes in, and leadership is Richard, we've talked about this before, is I don't care, is you can come up with a solution to solve it by just little things. When a company puts out saying, you're 15 minutes flexible, I don't know, something, because of the children and the kids with working families, it's going to be tough, because they're going to lose your retention, trying to get the kids or anything, if they're sick now, and it's going to be hard.
Exactly. And another profession that's on my wish list is that childcare. I'm telling you, childcare is going to go up. So, if you have your company as childcare, I mean, people's going to have places to put their children while they're working, and in this day and age, I would say 85%, maybe I'm off a little bit, both family members are working. I mean, you have to survive. It's just it's the way of the future. I mean, so where does your children go? You want them to go somewhere. I mean, the grandma and grandpaps are not there anymore to babysit all day, and watch them. So, plus they need learning too. So
I agree. Hey, look at that. Look at
Hey, Cynthia, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I keep saying, am I allowed to say, I keep thinking, am I allowed to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays?
You know what? Whatever. You say here's what it is, Dave. You say what you want and coming from your heart. That's all matters. Right, bud?
That's right. You're right. Yeah, there you go. Look, Rich. Nice hat, Richard. Hey, Cynthia, I got this gray Santa. He was in the basement. I have no clue.
And then also, Cynthia, the coffee cup is up.
The coffee cup is up. And Cynthia, we can talk this weekend. We've been missing each other to talk. We still have that. We're going to have her back on the show this week. We have to, because we're still trying to find Cynthia work. And she had mentioned also about going back to school. Some people are thinking about going back to school, changing things. They are. Because what are you going to do? Like someone like Cynthia, say you're having a hard time finding that job. And just like you said, you have to reinvent yourself.
Exactly. You know what, Dave? Going back to school is great. But I always also say, look at companies that might train you and pay for your education to go back too. Because right now companies are looking for great workers, and they'll say, you know what, we'll put you in a program here that will train you too. So I think at the end of the day, you have to weigh all options, and then see what's the best fit for you and your family.
Yes, and that's what's going to happen. You're right, Cynthia. And if you're free right after the show, Cynthia, call me because I want to talk to you. So right after this show, call me. That way you can hold me accountable.
Exactly. And next time we have her on the show, I already got the name for it. Reload Fridays. We're going to reload it up and boom, shoot it back out. All right. The next subject, grocery stores and delivery services. Everybody, I mean, Walmart, Target, anywhere you go, you see banners now, the blue with the hot pink saying now hiring. And the wages, Dave, they're as much as working in a manufacturing facility. I mean, Target in Pittsburgh is going for 15 and 16 an hour. And then a CNC person over here, a machinist, makes about 18 or 19. So
I know.
I mean, you're right. Target is throwing big numbers at you. So, I mean, props to Target, props to Walmart. They have stepped their game up. Anybody in that grocery store and stuff like that, I call them the first line because they're the first line for our food. And I tell you what, they're stepping up and paying people decent.
They are $15 at Target right now, 15.
Yep, and you can't beat that. And then you know what? They said after 90 days you get benefits. I mean,
hey,
props to Target, props to Walmart. I'm going to give you both shout outs, and if you guys are out there, we'll hashtag you. Props to both of you, Kroger's, anybody on that list. I mean, there's a lot of good stores out there. It's really stepping up.
Yep. Hey, Cynthia, I want to introduce you to James Flemington. These are the first two that we brought on the Hire Me Friday. The Hire Me Friday. So look at them. And James is in the UK. So Cynthia, James, these two client candidates of ours, we're trying to find them work. James is in the UK. And James, we have that list. Thank you. We have your list. And that's going on today. We're going to target them. I have to check to see if you did the video resume yet because Cynthia has. And he's in the UK and he's almost all completed. So we can start sending to the UK. I'm going to make that video introducing myself from the U.S. about James today.
And James, there's already a lot of, and real quick, James, I think you've seen what I did on LinkedIn. I sent you to a lot of individual recruiters, and definitely they're interacting with me. Steve Guest is already interacting. So, buddy, I think the future's bright for you, man. We're going to keep working, man, to get you a job.
He wrote, our schools have just broken up for summer, 6 weeks off. Before that, schools only allowed for kids that had parents working for the frontline NHS. A lot of homeschooling at the moment. Yeah, wow. That's true. They're going through the same issue, and they're coming up with some creative ideas also.
It's across the world, Dave. On this education thing is just not the United States. It's across the whole world, and it's going to be a big change for the future. So that's something we're all going to be working together on.
When I go to the grocery stores and the delivery services, I'll tell you what, I look at some of those people that are working there, and I always just walk up to them. I said yesterday, I said, how you doing? She looks at me, she's like, at Walmart, she's like, wow. I said, how you doing? You know, I was like, how's everything going? She's like, whoo, this is hard. I said, wow, look at the mask and everything she had on. And she had a different type. But I said, how do you like it? It had these slits to where you can put the filters. And she said it's a lot easier to breathe. It's just when the air conditioner is not working very well, the store gets hot and it's hard for the employees. They have a tough time.
They do. And let's not forget like the pizza delivery people. I mean, we got a pizza a couple weeks ago here, and you know what? They drop the pizza off on your porch, Dave. They walk back about 6 feet. They let you sign the form, and then they come back and get the form afterwards of the tip and their receipt. I mean, the precautions are there, but you figure they're in a car and they're reaching out to so many families. So praise to anybody that's out there on the front line today. I just want to say, hey, Merry Christmas, but praise to them too.
And then I looked at yesterday, and then we'll go to the next. The one more subject here was they were talking about how they, the waitresses, waiters at the restaurants, they've brought them back to work. Now they've cut it back to 25. When I was on the social media page for the PUA, I'll tell you what, my heart, you forget when these, they're going to work, there's nobody there at 25. Their tips, they're not making hardly any money. to pay for themselves, for their families. So what do? They really enjoy. Everybody just says, "Oh, just go get a regular job."
It's not
Wait a minute. They love waitressing and waiters. Some of them love working in customer service like that. To say that, just go get another job. That's what they've been doing for 10 years. Some people 20.
Exactly. And they excel from that. They love people. I mean, a waiter, a bartender, any of that stuff, they excel at that. They probably went to like a mixology school. They want to
what?
Mixology school.
What the hell is that?
A bartender school. You never heard of that? You get certified as a bartender in like 2 months? Yeah.
On the King of Queens. I watched that one episode.
Oh, man. Where have you been? Mixology school. We have a training center here in Pittsburgh. It's very good. You mix it with not alcohol. You mix it with different like colored drinks, and they test you on it and everything like that. I mean, it's pretty vigorous. Yeah.
Well, Cynthia, I'll tell you what, Cynthia, let's start our only mixology school. Oh my God, that is insane. But no, like you said, I feel sorry because what everybody says, well, like you said, there's so many logistics jobs here. You know what? Not everybody's going to want to work in a warehouse.
No, it's hot sometimes. I mean, it's long hours on your feet, and a lot of people, maybe health reasons, can't do it. So
they can, and I'm trying. How are you going to capture them? And like I've told Cynthia and even James, this is where I try to, and there goes the neck, there goes the veins. But I'm
down. It's Christmas, Dave.
Hell with Christmas. No, bah humbug.
Oh, gee.
No, I know that's bad. No, bah humbug. My wording is not the greatest. I'll go to mixology school. But what I mean there is this is what frustrates me is like, listen, you got Cynthia, you got James, you got people that really want to friggin' work, that are willing to do anything outside of the career because of just being creative and want a job. But yet, well, I don't have the experience in that. Are you kidding me? Train them. You're good. That's a new workforce. Listen, Cynthia will work night. She's been in the medical, but she wants different. She will take anything with an office. She needs to work around people because I feel we know her. She needs to work around people. She cares about people. Why would you not want to bring on an employee like that versus someone that's, I don't know, only been in the business for 2 years, not even one?
That's why we had the video resume. And what's the key word of the year? Change. It's going to happen, Dave. Just a matter of time, buddy. Matter of time.
That's why I couldn't sleep. So you got me all wound up already. I couldn't sleep last night because there's one company out there that I've sent candidates to. I'm done. I'm not sending no more. I am not sending no more candidates because I've spent probably 70 some hours looking for these candidates. Send them there. And all I get is, well, no. Why? It's their 50%, 60% match. Why would, and the strongest work record you ever want to see. Why would you not want to help that person? And I would, if it was my company, this is my company, I would take that person and put them right to work. Right?
You got it. I tell you what, Dave, something that I did this week, I don't know if I told you or not, but this company over in Pittsburgh here is looking for workers. Naturally, I called and they said, we're going to do it on our own. I sent them 4 solid candidates and no response to the first email. I left a call. Usually I don't call and beg or nothing like that. I was like, dude, these people are good people.
Yeah.
Send them an email. And you know what I did? I put bullet points down. I said, this is why you should look at these 4. And it's FREE for now. It is FREE. They need a job. And it's the word of mouth after that. The money comes later. It's about putting people to work. Would you know within about an hour, respond back and said, thank you so much. We're going to look at all 4 of them, probably call them all in for interview. And definitely when we get rolling again, we want to have a contract with you. Is that another win-win? I'm telling you. What I did was I put bullet points down and I was putting that Jerry Maguire, like, you need to hire this person. I think sometimes when you put it in bullet point, and some red and bold at this day and age, you got to do that stuff because if you in your heart, this is a good person and they say no, don't accept no for an answer. I'm telling anybody. Don't.
Because I get all wound up and maybe I'll try that. I've never thought about just put it out there, the reason, and not in paragraph, but just why, because I would not send a candidate to I've changed. I've seen the light. Not the that high volume stuff. It didn't matter. It's just like you need 5,000 people. It doesn't. That's where you're a number. You're just a number.
And people understand that these days. People don't want to be a number anymore. They don't want to have that when they get a tag and have their name on it. Their number 2333, and that's it. They want to be known as, what's your name, Richard? What's your name's David? If you see the boss or the supervisor, they know who you are and they call you the wrong name. I've had that happen before, right?
Yeah, and this is why, again, I go back to Cynthia that's watching that is the exact same thing. Why? Because she's willing to try anything different. She's willing to step outside and do that, just a different idea. And her approach is she knows she has to do something different. She has to.
And it's just not Cynthia. It's people across the board. Everybody I reach out to these days, just in their resume, they are getting the same answers. Nobody's calling me back. And I said, because you have black and white ink on a resume, that is not coming to life. I said, it's almost like, here we go again. It's almost like Frosty the Snowman. Put the magic hat on, it comes back to life, right?
Gosh.
Dude, my brain's always thinking, brother. So why don't you put the magic hat on today and bring your resume to life with a video resume? I'm going to put this out there on LinkedIn. I'm going to use that slogan today, Dave. But the magic hat is what we all need now to bring it to life.
And that's what it's about, because Vic, I told you about Vic and Seth, and he, the CEO of theirs, they're getting creative even. And I swear if everybody would just try it, and really, because James is going to be sending his, I have Cynthia's, I have like about 8 other candidates right now. 8, that's it. I've sent out hundreds. They start the process and then they don't finish it. Listen, what's going to happen these next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, these phones are going to be going.
It's going to be awesome.
Now everybody's like, can't survive on $200 or $300. Watch what happens.
And the video, people being scared about being in front of the video. What I found was successful was I coach them through it. I joke with them, I'm like, hey, you don't have to put makeup on to, be in front of the video. I don't. So, and I'm still surviving, right? So you have to break that barrier with a lot of people, Dave. A lot of people don't like to be on camera because, and I tell everybody, this is me coming in that motivational love that, love yourself. Don't worry about it. You know what? Everybody's beautiful in their own kind. Just let's get the video out there. It's not about what you look like. It's about the content that comes out of your mouth and that twinkle in your eyes. That's what it's about. The twinkle in your eyes and inspiration and passion will get you that job every time. That's what people
Richard, I love you, man. I'm ready for crit. I don't know about you, James, but I'm ready. I'm like
Hallmark. Be watching Hallmark today with my eggnog.
but James is right here, a black and white CV resume in a colorful world. And he was very excited about the video resume because I like how he says the CV in the UK, CV. And he's right. When he heard that, it was like, wow, that's different. When we showed him, when you see those questions of those people that are talking, we already know James likes to be creative. He just wants to, he likes that, I want to say not computers, but high tech stuff, the technology, and he's willing to learn. And that's what excites him. The passion, he kept saying passion, and his calling. I like that. I'm never going to forget his calling in the United Kingdom. And those are the kind of things that last video part of it, tell us something about yourself that nobody would ever know, right? And as soon as you start talking about family, as soon as you start talking about maybe the way you grew up, you do this, that's when that hiring manager will be like, wow.
And you were great about the video, Dave, real quick, is you seen it in James and Cynthia's eyes. When they're talking to you, they're talking direct about family, passion. Yep. That doesn't come out in a paper resume on Indeed or Career Builder or ZipRecruiter. It doesn't. And this is why I keep telling everybody, this is going to move you to the top of the branch. It's just like the Kentucky Derby. You're going to be in the top 3. I'm telling you, this is something that's creative. I've talked to hiring managers now, and they're like, and when you send a resume over, they're like, wow, I can just stroll and click at in a minute and a half. I could be, eating breakfast and listening to what you're saying.
That's what I mean. And trust me, we work hard. I really want to, like Cynthia, it's been like 2-3 weeks, but she's been here prior, and I really try hard. I do, and I wish I could get that for them within a week or two. But I feel that the exposure, you're out there. Look, 2 people on our show right now that are the only ones that have been on our show. We give them 15 minutes of fame on LinkedIn Live and broadcasting, and all it takes is that one. You said it, one person to watch that video and say, I'd like to interview him or her,
So what's the whole thing on these video resumes and what we do on Friday? Gary V sums it up. If anybody don't know who Gary V is, check it out. The man's a mastermind from New York. Gary V, I love you, man. I watch your stuff all the time. Yep. Content equals exposure, right, Dave?
It
Content
does.
equals exposure. And the only way we're going to get that is through video and capturing the audience. Just like we market and brand our company, Cynthia and James are branding themselves.
Yes.
Right? That's
right. Because James, and we're going to be ending it up here in a minute. I have to check. I know you did all your homework and sent us the companies in the UK. I'll have to see if you did your video resume yet. I think you're going to do it the weekend. Email me back because we're both on it. And with Cynthia, the same thing. And Cynthia, call me right after the show here if you can. I'll be home all day in the office. And Rich, to sum it up, firstly, I want to thank you for coming up with this idea because trust me, listen, I'm just like you. I'm like Christmas in July. For me, it takes me to step out of my bounds because I just never done something like this. And I thought about the way you are and I'm like, you know what? What do I got to lose? You're a freaking nut.
I love it. You know what? It's not about being a nut. It's about loving life. And as anybody knows me, I'm going to throw it out there. And people say that I'm the most energetic person in staffing. And Dave probably agrees. There's nobody, even when I go to staffing, where they're like, this Richard Shark guy is like, people call me from other staffing organizations and talk to me for 5 minutes when they're having a bad day. And they're like, how can you turn me in 5 minutes to the next level where I feel like now I'm going to go do sales. I'm going to go recruit. It's because I love life and I have a passion for life. I mean, like I always say, I shouldn't say this, but I have a book hopefully coming out in the near future. And, I never did a drug in my life, but I'm high on one thing and it's life. And I snort it all the time. And I tell people that all the time and they laugh about it. I am just enjoy things around you, buddy. And Dave, I want to thank you for taking me up on this. As much as it's crazy and, it's something that I think people need to understand. It little stuff like this on a Saturday morning while other people are sleeping and others, maybe staffing firms are not working. We're not working. We love what we do. It's part of our life. We don't have a job, Dave. Staffing is not a job. It's my life. It's part of my family. And I tell people that it's my workforce family. I'm always going to be involved. It doesn't matter what time it is. We never shut off. Is what I want to say.
On that note, look, create great creativity, passion, and energy. So,
all right. So I got one more thing for you. I always have secrets, right? And all kinds of right. So here's what I'm going to ask everybody that's on there. Do you think I'm just in a full suit, or what do you think I have? I mean, I got the hat.
No, don't. Shirt. You got Christmas.
I have something for Christmas. I'm gonna. It is.
Oh my! Oh my God! You're wearing the scarf.
I don't know if you've seen it on the camera, but yes, the Christmas velvet shorts I do have. So I am the official.
You're a freaking nut. What a way to end the show, man!
All I can say is Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes.
Enjoy your day with family. Have maybe some eggnog. Just enjoy today. If you need a job or need help, call me or Dave. It's FREE. Once again, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes. All right. Talk to you soon, buddy. Here we
Take
go.
care.
All right. I think we're going out. Let's see. It's going down.